Hi there, welcome to a new reading vlog. This is a themed reading vlog, and in this particular vlog, you're just going to watch me reading a few crime slash thriller novels. Trust me, I did not plan to film the first main clip of the reading vlog in the car, but I have been reading a lot of the pages of this book. I am done with 60 pages so far, and I have been struggling to find the time to read. Like, I do try to block 1 hour a day, but I had taken like a half off from work for the whole month of September. So I have a lot of work piled up, and I'm just working all the time to just make sure I catch up with all the work. But I have been reading this, but today I also want to finish this book because I have to get some reading vlogs up, and also this is a sponsored read for me, so I also have to get the review up. But bigger priority is to get at least one reading vlog up, or I'll have no content. So I've been reading this Agnibaan by S. Venkatesh. Obviously, you would know from the vlog that the genre of this book is a thriller. For this particular reading vlog series, I will have both crime novels and thriller novels within this one. So I'm really excited to be starting with this one because an Indian author, I've been hearing great things about it. I saw Durjoy Datta share about this book, and he was like, this is so good, and I was interested in it right away. And the good thing was I had already partnered with the author to review this book, so it all worked out super well. And I'll talk more about it once I read a little bit more about it, but obviously I would not give you spoilers, so do not be worried about that. So I had a pretty good reading day yesterday, or I would say night, and I finished reading 130 pages of this book Agnibaan. I am on page 190 of this book now, and if I am able to read 130 more pages, I'll finish this book. So that would be super cool. I think it was easy for me to finish 130 pages because of the book, because I could really fly through it. It's a smooth read that way, and once you put your mind to it, you're like, I'm gonna read for some time, then you just keep flipping the pages. And that is why I think this is a good pick for the first book of this reading vlog, and I have been liking it so far. What is this book about? So different elements. So there is this organization that is trying to wreak havoc in the world, and there's some stuff about balance and stuff like that. And then there is this Agnibaan that is lost, and there is a search that is going on for this. And the book is actually split between two timelines. One is 535 CE. There is stuff happening in Egypt, and then there is stuff happening in the present day, which also includes this one person who is in a secret unit of army, and then this historian. And on the other hand, there are like presidential candidates that are dying, and there are terrorist attacks and different kind of attacks that are happening. So that all comes together to make the plot of this book. I cannot give you anything more than that because that would be a spoiler. But yeah, if you're looking for a very nice thriller, I feel like that is one thing that is very unique about thrillers in India. I mean, you can read a lot of great thrillers written by foreign authors, but Indian thrillers have their own kind of vibe. They have their own kind of history and flavor attached to them that make them so unique. So I am really excited about finishing the whole book and then doing a review, which you'll be able to see much before this reading vlog goes up. But let's just see how this one goes. This is totally not planned that I have been filming a lot in the car, but here's the thing, I had to run a few errands, and that is something we have to do every single day because my parents are not feeling that well. So my husband and I are just taking care of everything. So until the time he gets some fresh juice for the parents and for us, I am gonna read, and I am almost done with this book. I have been liking it so far. One of the most amazing things about this book is a concept that I have read before. So that was a little, I would have felt that if I had read that concept for the first time, would have been wowed. But anyhow, I don't want to talk much right now because this is my opportunity to read like 30-40 pages in the 15-20 minutes I have to wait for. So let's read. Guys, I have finally finished reading the first book for this reading vlog, where I'm reading crime thriller novels, and this one I would give it 4.3 out of 5 stars. Although I loved it, and the underlying theme of climate change that is there in this book, that is something that I really liked. I also found it a bit predictable, and that is why not even better rating, but otherwise I thought it was a very smooth, nice, flowy read. I mean, if you just pick up this book and sit down with it, you will keep reading it. So it's just a matter of you taking out time for this book, sitting down with this book, and then you're just going to keep reading and you're going to enjoy it. Now, I need to pick up my second read for this reading vlog. So it's quite a long time after I finished reading Agnibaan, and in that time I was actually reading some classics, which I mentioned in my reading vlog that I will link down below if you have not watched it yet. But the second thriller that I have started not reading, actually listening to, is Claw, a Canadian thriller. This was a thriller that I had featured in my thriller TBL video as well. So I'll show you this. So that's the cover. So this is written by Katy Berry, not Katy Perry. And I am 4 hours done with this book. It's actually a 14-hour something listen, so I always keep mixing reading and listening, so just excuse me about that. I need to talk about the book, which sounds very interesting. So there is this city town type with a population of 7,000 people in Canada, British Columbia, and there was an earthquake, and after that there is this mysterious old creature that is out loose, killing people, killing animals, and it's all really very interesting. The book begins with like a bunch of friends partying in this secluded area, camping and all that, and then they are attacked with this monster, and then it progresses into introducing the characters, the people who live in this town, the public works department, the mayor, the rich guys and the bad guys. Everything sounds super interesting. I was actually listening to this book while on a road trip, and it was really cool. But now that I am not on a road trip and I do not plan to go on a road trip, I'm just trying to clock in about half an hour every single day so that I can finish this book and have one more book before we have this reading vlog all completed for you to watch and enjoy. Are you enjoying that? Let me know in the comments below. And now back to listening. Hi guys, I am on another road trip and I have been listening to Claw, a Canadian thriller by Katy Berry while driving. Every time we are out, this was like Diwali time, so we had to do a lot of shopping, we had to travel a lot, visiting relatives and all, and I had a good time listening to this book. And it's still 6 hours left. We are hoping to finish this book today because we have almost like 5.5 hour drive, and we'll listen to it for half an hour more and we'll be done with this book. It's actually pretty nice. My husband and we have been enjoying it so much, and yes, this would be, I think, the second book, and we do plan to listen to a lot more because we have a lot more traveling to do. So let's see how that goes. But yeah, I just wanted to put an update over here because I feel like I've been listening to it for 10-12 days now, because I listen to it only when we are together, because my husband is also listening to the same book, or when we are traveling, or just like going to market or something, like when we are in our car. So we just finished listening to Claw by Katy Berry, and the moment it finished, my husband is like, haunting house, because we already have the next book lined up, saved offline on Storytel, and we are like, okay, we have to listen to this after we are done with this. But he's just like, let me at least take a moment to absorb the book and feel the happiness over finishing this one which I thoroughly enjoyed. I'll talk more about it once I am not in a car and with all this noise. Haunting of the Hill House is the next book we are going to start, and again it would be an audiobook because we have selected that one. I do feel a little bit confused because these reading vlogs, these themed reading vlogs are something that I'm still figuring out. So the Haunting of the Hill House could have been a part of the classics reading vlog, and now that I'm listening to this now, it could also be a part of thrillers reading vlog. I'm still figuring this out, but yeah, this is the next book we are going to start. At our current listening speed, this book is 7 hours 27 minutes long, and we are 2 hours done with it. But both of us are thinking like, what horror would be there in this book, because it's so slow, and I feel like the narrator isn't helping. She just talks like this old, boring lady. So little thrill. I'm not enjoying it that much. Are you enjoying it? I think both of us are bored. So I switched to my main camera to film this clip. We finished listening to The Claw, and it was a very interesting thriller. I really like that I started with it. There is this apocalyptic vibe to it. There was an earthquake in the lawless city of British Columbia. The city is in a very precarious place, and the whole vibe of the city was actually very nice to listen to. And now, after an earthquake, there is a monster out loose, killing animals. There are animal attacks, and soon there are people that are going to be killed, which you will discover just in the beginning. The beginning is actually something so good. I feel like when a thriller starts so well, there is very, very, very little chance that it will go really bad. It can be average, but it won't go like, oh my god, it was unbearable if it starts well. That's just my personal opinion. But overall, I really liked this book. The plot was interesting. It was simple in that way because this animal was just out killing people, and most of it was about the chase and about discovering that this is happening and all of that stuff. And yes, there is a subplot of some secret and something more sinister going on in the back end, and that also made it more interesting. There are characters which felt so cool. You really are able to connect with the characters, and that saying that when you're listening to the book is a lot, because when you're listening, you do not have that kind of grasping power. You have to listen more carefully, and especially if you're listening while driving, that doesn't happen that much. But if you're able to grasp all the characters, remember all the characters, even with all those distractions, I think the book has to be super good. And the narration was also really cool. I listened to this book on Storytel. Back to the characters, there's Austin, Public Works Department chief, I think, and then there is Trip, sort of like a sidekick of Austin. There is his son, Austin's son, Alex. There is the new conservation officer, Christine Moon, and there are a bunch of bad guys, and then there are the people like Ray Chance, who is the rich guy of the city, and then there is Bob Nichols, who is the mayor, then there is Chief Van Dusen. All of these people make a very, very interesting story. And then there are many more characters. For example, Geraldine, this old woman who is living on the outskirts of the town or city. I somehow have been not able to confirm, was it a town or city? City of Lawless, right? That's a word you skip so much. Like, okay, city of lawless, or town of lawless. But I do know there are 7,000 people in the city. But it is all very interesting. The whole vibe of the book, the writing, all of it was very interesting. One thing I would say about writing is that you could see that this has been written by women. There was a certain nuance to it that you expect from female authors, and I liked it a lot. Overall, I found this a very nice monster thriller. It was not that apocalyptic for sure, but it did have a lot of thrill attached to it. The whole thrill of this monster killing people, and then everything that was happening. I can't tell you about it because that would be spoiler, but it was a really cool book, so you should check it out. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Really something that I enjoyed. And now let's move on to the third book that I want to finish reading for this reading vlog so that I can put it up as soon as possible. So my normal days these days look like I work all day long, and now it's about 7 p.m. So I take a break and listen to a book, because right now I'm walking, like you see. Right now I'm filming a vlog. But after a moment, I'll just put on a book on Storytel and then just keep listening to it. Right now, I am listening, as you know, The Haunting at the Hill House, or Haunting of the Hill House. We started the book while we were on a road trip, and have listened to about 3 hours long. Husband has chickened out of this because he just doesn't like the narrator. The narrator is not good, I have to say that. I mean, I am listening to it now, so I'm okay. But have listened to a lot of better narrations. But it is also like a 6 hour listen, 7 hour listen at my current listening speed. So I thought it would be a nice book to listen to for this particular reading vlog, and hence I've been listening to it. The beginning was not that great. And I am left with just 2 hours of The Haunting of Hill House. Still looking for that factor that makes it so popular and that people find it so creepy, and there are so many even adaptations. Still looking for that. Maybe I'll find it. Alright, we are officially left with only 1 hour of The Haunting of Hill House. Totally not liking this book at all. I'm just like, even my husband is thinking, how come this book inspired so many big authors and so many authors we actually like? And there's really nothing in this book that I could enjoy, that I could say that I like it a lot. They are just in this house and there are these 4 characters, and now there are 2 more characters here, and nothing haunted has happened apart from apart from a few incidents which made no sense, which were not spooky. Nothing spooky is there about this house or the whole being of them being there. For example, Salem's Lot by Stephen King, they say that he actually envisioned the house that is there in Salem's Lot on the basis of the Hill House. And you could also think of The Shining. The concept is like, they are in this house and they are trapped, and this house is haunted and stuff like that. I have read books like that and I have enjoyed them, but this, not at all impressive. I'm just like, okay, I have started it and I want to put an end to this reading vlog as well. I have told you I've been reading it, so I'm just like pushing myself through it. Just like counting my time, just 1 hour left. I'll finally be done with this book. I need to be done with it. Please save me from this.
1987 by Lawrence Hyman, Barry Hyman, Sarah.
One of the worst books of the year. We have finally finished listening to The Haunting of Hill House. Never listened to it, guys. Oh my god. It was a bad book. We are finally very relieved, right? Now we can start something else. Like, I should have just DNF'd it. But I was like, okay, let's just finish it. Just a few hours long. I think the 7 hour long book, 7 or 27 minutes long book, was the biggest nightmare.
I think the idea of horror, like in the backdrop of the story, without actually there being a ghost or something, that might fascinate like creative writers and all. And it's open to interpretation कि वहाँ पे क्या हो सकता है. So people can make their own stories.
This is like a bad story written as a creative writing project from a college. I like the fact that one could think that the idea of a horror just exists in a person's mind, and I am very imaginative that way, but
It's not
as a story it makes no sense.
It's not horror because there is a ghost. It's not horror because there's something, a thing. It's just like evil.
But it makes no sense. Four characters doing stupid things, and that one line irritated me so much.
Story could have been better.
Like the lovers meet when the journeys end. Do something in the story. Like there's nothing in the story. How do I people like? Maybe it's just like Stephen King got inspired. Probably because he got some ideas. You know, this could be the horror. He made this whole house, this whole hotel of The Shining that was haunted in some way, you know. And then he also talked about the horror and the evilness of the house in the Salem's Lot. Maybe he got inspired that way, but this itself as a story, it does not have anything. I mean, I would find better books to get inspired from. And the narrator was so bad. Oh my god, she should be. I don't want to say anything, but the narrator was horrible. Horrible. Like when we started the book, we listened to the narrator for a few minutes and then we thought, okay, this book might be good, but this narrator is not working. But then the book was also not good. So the narrator and book were a match made in heaven or hell, going by the theme of the book. But yeah, it was a disastrous combination. A bad book, a bad narrator, a horrible time that we have went through as listeners slash readers. Alright guys, that's the end of this reading vlog. I really hope you enjoyed watching it, and these are 3 books that I read in this one, and I'm really excited to be shooting another segment of the reading vlog, whether it's going to be a classic reading vlog or a thriller or something else. That's something for you to find out in the next reading vlog that will be up soon. So until then, make sure you stay subscribed. Make sure you are subscribed to my email newsletter, which is all free for you, and make sure you keep checking out the channel so that you never miss out a video from me. I have to say this because I don't think notifications are even working. So make sure you are checking out the channel. I'm planning to upload quite frequently, at least twice a week in the next month. So make sure you're watching. And yes, this is Manpi signing off. I'll be back with another video very soon.